So I'm back again to talk about American domestic politics, and I just have to bring up the notion that all these people that are loyally standing by Trump and his behavior, ask yourself, do they really have the moral high ground to say what is appropriate and what is not appropriate, what is corrupt and what is not corrupt? This guy is the most corrupt man America's ever elected. Let's just be honest. Seriously, do they really have the moral high ground to say anything? Personally, I don't think so. That's how I look at it, because you guys supported the most corrupt man in U.S. history. You guys are doing backroom dealings behind our country's back, enriching yourselves, getting wealthy, as you guys loot the treasury and make us taxpayers pay for it. Okay, yeah, you don't think we know that's what you guys are doing? You're going to come and talk to us about what's appropriate, what's corrupt, what's not corrupt? Really? Really? Let's talk about corruption, because you guys meet the highest mountain of corruption. Okay? And I've already said this, the Donald Trump presidency is going to expose who all these people are on both sides of the aisle. Both sides. This is no longer an argument about ideology. That's done. We'll have that debate on our side of the aisle, on the Democratic Party. Okay? But this is more about having fighters that actually have some moral clarity and want to actually do things to help the people. Because I don't feel like either party's putting out any effort to help the American people. This is why people are fed up. And I told people this was going to happen. Y'all can say that I'm just a loudmouth, making a bunch of noise and mayhem here, and I'm just a rebel rouser. Well, that rebel rousing is a real thing. Okay? People are tired of the nonsense. They want to hear, what are you going to do to make their life better? And ultimately, that should be the question people are asking every day about their representative. What are you going to do to make my life better? You heard the song by Janet Jackson, What Have You Done For Me Lately? And we don't want to hear about no BS bipartisan bill you did like 10 years ago, or some bipartisan bill you did a month ago or a year ago. Oh, I got this party to work with me on this bill. Yeah, no. Unless it's something historic, like a milestone, like voting to, expand people's rights and democracy, giving people individual freedoms, the states' rights, and internet privacy, or releasing files of corruption of the E-class, I don't want to hear anything else about your arguments. I don't want to hear about some BS bill you guys worked with across the aisle as you voted for some other corporate handout to help an industry that gave you guys a ton of money. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to hear about your reasons for supporting voting to defend Israel, fund money to ICE, Gestapos. We're not interested in hearing this nonsense, because if you guys are voting for any of this, you are voting for the very government that's destroying us right now. Okay, so I'm looking at all you representatives, even on the Democratic side of the aisle. We're looking at you. We see you guys. We see what you're doing. Okay. I'm putting my representatives in Nevada on notice. Okay, we're done with the sellouts. We're done. We're done with the nonsense. We're done. And again, some of you got lucky and missed some primary challenges this year. It ain't over, though. It ain't over. This is just the beginning. We may have not had a serious primaries in Nevada for some of these representatives, but it's a coming. Okay? That populist momentum may have not picked up here on this part of the West Coast, but it will. It's going to happen. Because we need change. We need to light a match under these people's butts right now and get these people actually do the due diligence to get up every day and fight for our democracy and do something for their constituents. And I know it's hard. I know you're not going to get every win. That's not the point. It's about fighting for the win. Okay? I don't expect to elect a bunch of saints to office. I understand we're all human. We got to work through a very corrupt system. But it's really about where you stand and the fight that matters. Because right now, it matters more than ever. We're in the fight of our lives to save what's left of this country. We are watching what is going on in our government, and it's not pretty. These billionaires, these E-class people, all these people in the Trump cabinet are looting our country dry. And they're making us taxpayers pick up the tab. Now, I saw the nonsense the other day with Trump. He just literally said, when they asked him about this housing bill he wanted to propose, which you know is nonsense. He's not going to do anything about housing. Let's just be honest here, okay? He got rich off real estate. Do you really think he wants to deal with the cost of living issues? Do you really think he wants to build more affordable housing? Absolutely not. That would cut into his friend's profit margins right there. Because again, private equity is running our country with housing. People are paying for that. But guess who's making a profit? Those private equity firms, which, by the way, also gave a lot of money to Donald Trump. Let's remember that. Donald Trump was part of private equity. So you really think he's going to do anything about housing? Let's get real. He said out loud, I want things to be more expensive. It makes us more money. We get rich when people have to pay more money. This is what he's not going to do anything about housing. I'm just going to tell you guys straight out. So what did he say today? I'm not really focused on housing. It's not a priority. Really? It's not the most important priority in America because people are going homeless every day and can't afford things. No, I'm worried about passing my stupid SAVE Act bill, which I want to remind you is another racist voter suppression act, which the GOP wants to pass nationwide. Nationwide. They want to pass voter suppression tactics all over the country so they can make it easier for them to win elections. This is about hijacking democracy. He's focused on hijacking democracy. That's all he's focused on. He's not focused on affordable housing. He just said it out loud. See, the only thing I like about Trump, not because I like Trump, he says the quiet part out loud that everybody tries to polish in their wordings. Yeah. Polished nonsense BS. Yeah, no, he just says it. And I say good. Just say it out loud. Just keep telling the American people how you want to sell them out further down the river and how you want to further hand this country over to a bunch of oligarchs and make it harder for groups of people to vote that you know are not going to vote for your agenda. You said it. I'm going to say I hope they keep saying it. Because the reality is, that's the only thing that's going to wake people up. This is nonsense. This is BS. And any politician that's standing by this, they need to get the boot out of office. We need accountability back in our government. That includes all Republicans at this point and a big chunk of the Democrats, because there are Democrats voting for some of this stuff too. And they're going to come and give you the mealy mouth argument of why they got to work across the aisle and why this and that and how us leftists are just too radical and we're trying to destroy the Democratic Party. No. We're trying to take the Democratic Party back to its roots from your corrupt, wealthy hands. Okay? That's what the us on the left is doing. We're trying to take our party back from the oligarchs that are running the whole system. So the next time somebody throws you a nonsense argument, tell them, no, you're trying to take the party back for the people. Okay? Because one party's hijacked by a bunch of racists and a bunch of billionaires. All right. The other party's hijacked by a bunch of industry and billionaires also, with a bunch of voters that have been McCarthyite and brainwashed into believing that traditional politics is the way to keep going. So just say, no, you're taking it back for the people, man. That's all I want to say in this video. I'll see y'all later. Happy holidays. It's almost 4th of July tomorrow. And another beautiful day in Las Vegas here. Love y'all. Goodbye.